So this was the big one. 2 years, about 2 years in the wait for the Snow White, and it's been released. I did a video the day it was coming out, looking at the critic reviews, and overall they were saying that Rachel Zegler did a good job, but it has a pretty low rating as far as critic reviews. Like the film itself, the story was struggling, but Rachel Zegler, they said, did a pretty good job in her role. They seem to say that she kind of carried the film on her back. I remember one comment saying that. But when it comes to money, the most important aspect of a film is, did it work financially? Box office, how Snow White landed in potential bomb territory. Disney's tentpole opening to near disastrous numbers considering its mega budget. Is there a chance for a fairy tale ending? I don't know.
Whistle while you work.
It's finally here. Snow White hits theaters today, and you can expect to see fans dressing up as the Disney princess.
Come with us to see Snow White,
while others are channeling the evil queen.
the fairest of them all.
Disney is wishing for a
These freaking TikToks, man, like it's so cringy.
big opening weekend, hoping all the controversy surrounding the film won't get in the way of families showing up to the theaters.
The expectations that it'll open at between $45 and $55 million domestically and potentially over $100 million worldwide.
It opened domestically at $42 million and $86 million worldwide. So we are a good handful lower than what was predicted and sort of what was acceptable, I guess. Based on the initial ticket sales and mixed word of mouth, Snow White may have trouble getting to 300 million or 400 million globally if you're, counting on reimbursing the amount of marketing that was spent. You usually have to go roughly 100 to 150 million more than the film's budget in order to account for marketing. Well short of its box office safety net of 50 million or more. Several rival studio execs and box office pundits tell The Hollywood Reporter, consider that 2019's Dumbo, which debuted to 45 million domestically, topped out at 353 million against a $170 million budget. However, this is Snow White. Let's not forget, this is Snow White, not Dumbo. And Dumbo had a $2 million more opening weekend domestically than Snow White did domestically. Disney supporters would say if anyone is capable of pulling off a fairy tale ending, it's them. Case in point, over Christmas 2024, many in the media immediately wrote off Mufasa, the Lion King, when it opened to 35.4 million domestically. The live action pick did 7 times its opening number, a rare feat to top out its nearly $718 million globally. The big difference, those two films weren't dogged by underwhelming reviews and so-so exit scores. Snow White is the rare Disney live-action remake that earned a B+ cinema score from audiences. Almost every film has received some variation of an A grade. Okay, so audiences are not liking this, not one bit. Now, I looked at the critic score, which was pretty low. It now sits at a 43% and an audience score of 74%. I expected that to be lower. However, this could be actually people rating the film prior to its release. But over on IMDb, the film does have a 1.9 out of 10 stars. I don't know if people can put ratings on IMDb before the film comes out or if this is all actually reviews of the film itself. But overall, it's not looking good, not in the slightest. Even if we go to the Rotten Tomatoes audience scores, I'm seeing a lot of 1 stars or half of 1 stars here on even the first page of this over 1,000 reviews. Bad casting and corny songs, awkward, bummed, nothing new, boring, bad writing and casting. There were definitely paid reviews or bots on here giving this a high audience score. This was about as good as an average made-for-TV Lifetime channel junk piece. Save your money for it to come out on streaming to watch this if you have any interest to do so. So people are literally like just railing against this film, saying like anybody who says this is good is a bot or a shill. It's not good. That's the general vibe online. Seeing Wonder Woman play the evil queen was priceless. Such perfection. This is a great live action version of Snow White. Rachel was great as Snow White. I thought it was well done. I really loved this movie. Love this movie. The right actors, perfect for all the parts of characters played. Love the movie. Everyone applauded at the end of the movie. 3 exclamation marks. This one seems maybe real. I didn't have high expectations going in, but Zegler's performance was fantastic. Finally, a live action princess who can truly sing. Maybe that's valid. Maybe that's valid because there was a lot of talk about how Emma Watson, who played Belle in Beauty and the Beast, like if you listen to it, it's like super auto-tuned. Every musical number she is in is top-notch. Godot was a revelation. She held her own vocally and brought an exquisite presence to her villainous role. The story flows seamlessly with every part making sense. Overall, a must-see.
The movie has been rocked by drama. Snow White and the 7 Kajillion controversies, blares the New York Times.
People are struggling.
There's said to be a severe rift between the film's stars, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen stemming over the war in Gaza. And there's another controversy. In the movie, the 7 dwarfs were created with CGI effects.
Little people got big dreams, you know?
These actors say they should have been real.
Cut out the 7 dwarfs. It was a perfect opportunity to cast 7 diverse, incredible, talented little people.
It's very disappointing that Snow White chose to not include us, especially when they're trying to say that this movie is supposed to be woke and different. It's almost
Yeah, she wouldn't have been included anyway. All the 7 dwarves were men.
like you're saying to be a little person is bad, so that's why we had to make them our cartoon. It could have created more opportunities for other people.
I feel like everyone thinks this. Everyone knows that this was absolutely the best opportunity to get dwarves 7 solid parts in a beloved story. In some ways, maybe they, dodged a bullet not being attached to this highly controversial film, but to add to the controversy was the animated dwarves, was the fact that Disney chose to just go straight animation for the dwarves themselves. The only one who objected was freaking Peter Dinklage. A little too long, but the dwarves made it very enjoyable. Godot was also very good as the queen. It's so bad in so many ways. There is nothing captivating or interesting in the entire movie. It's one of those movies that you would debate to just leave halfway through or take a nap. It's just a big, horrible mess of a movie. Not as bad as I expected, but not great. She's great as Snow White. Gal is okay as the evil queen, but not great. I think any real movie critic reviewer that gives this any positive comment or says it's okay, like 3 stars or more, cannot say anything negative about any movie ever, even Sharknado. They gave it half of 1 star. So the general vibe is that people don't like it and it's coming in under budget. Now it's, there's going to be a handful of people that say they do like it, and it's valid if they enjoy it. They might just like stupid movies. I don't know. I'm not going to watch this probably at all. I don't have any desire to watch it in theaters. I'm not like, I kind of want to talk about movies that I'm interested in, or if there's controversies like this, I like to talk about them. I like to just kind of stay connected. But to actually watch the darn thing, it's not even worth me going to the theaters to watch this because I know I'm not going to like it. If I'm coming at this as fair as that can be, right? And I don't buy into just all of the internet hype, I think what happened is that even though Rachel Zegler had all of this controversy, had so much hate throughout the entire, year and a half, 2 years of this film coming out, the casting choices and her horrible remarks and all of the issues with this film, I think that Rachel Zegler's performance is surprising some people. I think that she actually did a good job for what it is, because I do think that Rachel Zegler is a good actor and she is a good singer. That doesn't necessarily redeem her at all for all the stupid things that she has said, but I think any positive review of this or any positive feelings coming from this that might be fair to extend an olive branch to is that Rachel Zegler wasn't horrible in the role. But it has a handful of more weeks to be in the theaters, maybe a couple months. Who really knows how long these theatrical runs last anymore? We'll see if it can make up for its quite short-handed opening weekend in the box office. See if it can rescue itself even with all of the negative reviews and even with all of the anticipation of disinterest and dislike